Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa Egner, and I'm currently a recruitment counselor for the fall of 2024 recruitment season. Today, I have a special guest with me, Maggie, and I'll have Maggie take a couple minutes to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I am Maggie. I am an alum from Coastal Carolina University. I graduated in 2023, and I'm currently working at Kennesaw State University.
That's amazing, Maggie. Can you tell our audience a little bit about how we met?
Yeah. So I actually met Melissa when I was a recruitment counselor back in 2022, or 2021, sorry. And so I was the recruitment counselor of her group. And so I got to help Melissa go through the recruitment process and help her find her home. But we have stayed connected ever since.
That is amazing, Maggie. So, me and Maggie have had an amazing connection from the time she was my recruitment counselor till today. So, I just have a few questions for Maggie about how her Greek life has helped her and what she does today. So, Maggie, can you tell me a little bit about your Greek life experience at Coastal Carolina?
Yes, so my Greek life experience started when I was a freshman. Me and eight of my suite mates all decided to go through recruitment together, hoping for the best. So we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. I am a first generation Greek, so I really had no idea, but it has been the best thing ever. We all joined different organizations across the panel and community, so I got to not only join my own organization and learn all about that, but also learn about the other organizations and attend and support their events as well. I held quite a few leadership positions, both on my chapter side, but then also on the Panhellenic side. And it's just been great.
That sounds so cool, Maggie. Can you tell me a little bit about your favorite memory being in Greek life at Coastal?
Yes, so my favorite memory was being a recruitment counselor, actually. It was me and a couple of my friends who were on the Panhellenic Executive Board who got to also serve as recruitment counselors. So getting to go through that process of disaffiliation with them, having the recruitment counselor retreat was also so fun. But I think my favorite part was making connections with the PNMs in my group, acting like my weird, silly self towards them to try to ease their nerves. But I was able to create a lot of lasting relationships with majority of those PNMs, who all joined different organizations who I still kept in touch with, which was so cool. But I think just watching them all go through the process and find their homes, and then seeing their process even after bid day and the leadership positions that they all would take, and just the experiences I had with them, I think was one of my favorites.
That's amazing, Maggie. I can definitely say that she did help me find my forever home. I was very nervous going through recruitment. I didn't know what to expect, and Maggie was there. She was a bright, warming face every morning to be like, you got this, you got this. So I definitely appreciate Maggie in this role that she had. So, Maggie, you talked a little bit about being on the Panhellenic Executive Board. Can you tell me a little bit about that time?
Yes, so I served on the Panhellenic Executive Board 2 years. My first year, I was Vice President of Philanthropy. So I kind of worked with the whole community and with the IFC Vice President of Philanthropy to put on all different events that supported Circle of Sisterhood. And so we would do week-long events. And then we also started the annual Brothers for Sisters event. So that is a pageant where Panhellenic teams up with IFC, and the IFC men participate in a pageant to see who the brother for sisters is. Um, and all of that money raised goes back to Circle of Sisterhood to help um, build different schools, supplies, give school supplies and all of that to those students who don't have all of those accessible to them. I then also served as Panhellenic president. So that was my second year. And as Panhellenic president, I was kind of able to oversee all different things Panhellenic wise, work with different organizations, help on the recruitment side, the programming side, the recruitment counselor side, as well as still the philanthropy side. So it was really cool having a group of executive boards who members who I got to work with, and seeing them all succeed in their roles. But then also trying to remember or teach, I should say, all of the chapters the importance of the Panhellenic community outside of their own individual groups.
Wow, Maggie, it seems like you did a lot at your during your time at Coastal Carolina in Greek life. So with that and all of the experience that you did have, do you think that being in Greek life helped you secure your current job or help you get to the current field that you are in?
Yes, 100% Greek life helped me secure my job. I'm currently, like I said, working at Kennesaw State University as a program coordinator in the Department of Fraternity and Sorority Life. So I still get to work with all different organizations that we have here at Kennesaw with their programming, their philanthropic efforts, and all everything in between. I primarily oversee the Interfraternity Council, but I help my team with all of the other councils as well. So one of them being Panhellenic and Panhellenic recruitment. But I believe that my experiences and leadership that I had during my undergraduate time really helped me be confident in applying for this job and has helped me in my role ever since.
That sounds awesome, Maggie. It sounds like you're really living the dream at Kennesaw State doing what you love. So now that you are graduated from Coastal Carolina and you are now an alumni, can you tell me a little bit about your connection that you do have with your organization after graduating?
Yes. So I am a member of the Chi Omega sorority. So something that Chi launched nationally was our Chi and Co company, which is basically like a LinkedIn, but just for Chi Omega initiated members. So through that, they have all different job postings. You can make connections with all different groups of sisters. I know I'm in the dog lovers friend group. And so there's all different ways that you can still stay in touch, but one of the ones that I really loved was their mentor program. So as I graduated, I definitely was kind of lost and confused of how I can still be involved in Chi Omega. But I joined the mentoring program, and I got a mentor who kind of helped me through that process. And in the following year, I got to be a mentor for someone else, who was a senior who was about to graduate from Charleston. And so it was really cool to kind of make those connections with her and just reassure her that everything's going to be okay after graduation. And so that was also really cool for me to still see that connection with Chi Omega, with sisters that might not have been a part of my chapter, but share the same overarching values.
That's awesome, Maggie. It really sounds like you did a lot after graduation with your chapter. Do you think that what does being a chapter member or alumni look like? Do you still talk to anybody from Coastal Carolina's campus or do you still attend any of their events?
Yes, so I actually do still keep in touch with quite a few of the Chi Omegas there, but also just Chi Omegas from my chapter who have also graduated. I know a couple weeks ago I went on a mountain trip with my big and a couple of her friends, well, our friends who also graduated from the Chi Omega chapter at Coastal. So that's really cool. I'm always blowing up my little's phone, got to keep her updated and also help her through all different things. But being a member of the alum really kind of broadened my undergraduate experience. I've been able to meet new people, attend some of their events as well as making different connections with other alum. But I actually serve as the current advisor for their community service and philanthropy chair. So that has been another way that I've been able to stay in touch with the Gamma Mu chapter of CAIO at Coastal.
That sounds so cool, Maggie. It really does seem like you still are connected and you really enjoy your Greek life experience. So, to wrap up our conversation today, do you have any advice for any potential new members that are going to go through recruitment in the fall?
Yeah, so I have two big pieces of advice. The first one I was told my first day of my recruitment experience a few years ago, and that was you'll get out of this experience what you put into it. And that has been true up until this day, and will remain true. So if you put your all into that experience that you're about to embark on, like you will get everything you have ever wanted in return, and it will be some of the greatest years ever. But if you do not try to put in that effort, then you will not have that experience. So put your all into it. You really will get out of it what you put into it. I said, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I'm going to put my all into it, and I have definitely gotten so much more than I ever could have imagined. And then my second piece of advice is to definitely, apply for those leadership opportunities, even if you don't think you have a shot, still put your name out there, trust in yourself, and you'll do great things because those are definitely things that you can use in the future towards your resumes for future jobs. Because I know that's something I did, and that's how I ended up here. So just trust in yourself, trust in the process, and it will all be great.
Thank you so much, Maggie. That advice is amazing to share with potential new members, and it's definitely some advice I'm going to share in this upcoming recruitment. I wanted to thank you again for meeting with me today and giving this amazing advice for our potential new members in the fall.
Of course, anytime.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.